Hello, and welcome to my first art tag of 2026, the first in the series of my 12 tags for 2026. So I've already created my front cover for my tag journal. If you're one of my club members, then there is a video over on the club section of the website which shows you how I put the cover together. So we're going to be working on today the first tag of the journal for January. So January, we're beginning a new year. So the theme for this month is all about beginning. It's all about initiation. So it's all about starting gently. It's all about allowing the tag to tell you what it wants to do. So look at your blank space and look around at what you've got on your desk already. What kind of things have you got on your desk already? Well, I've already got some vivid inks from a previous project. I've got some black gesso. I've got some vintage photo distress ink. I've got a pen. I've got some washi tapes, and I've got some ephemera left over from when I did a little bit of a happy mail out to one of my friends called Anne as part of the Indigo Blue swap hop for January. So I think that's all I'm going to use is literally all the stuff which I've had here on my desk, which I just couldn't be bothered to clear away. So to start off with, we've got lots of white space here. So we're going to start simply. So I'm going to focus on the first marks rather than think of something that like a finished idea. So think about what blank spaces I've got, simple layers. I'm going to create some simple, very simple layers and just get going. It's that feeling of getting started, that feeling of actually breaking the blank page and getting started on the journey of creating something. I'm not planning anything. Let's just see where it takes me. So I've got some of this Robin Hood Vivid ink. So let's put a dollop down onto the mat there. And I've got some water here. I always make sure I market water because I've also got another one that's got alcohol in it. And we don't want to be getting them too mixed up. So let me just add some water into that ink. I'm just going to get my finger, just like you would do with your distress inks. You'd smush it onto your work mat and then add some water and then just run your finger through it. So this is just a basic first layer drop. So let's just pick some of that up, drop it down, give it a second to absorb, and then I'm just going to flip it over. There we go, and that's going to do it. So I've got some kitchen roll. It's a first background layer, so it doesn't matter too much how it looks. Let's just get it dry. All right, so very subtle blue-green background. So what we need to do there is we need to add to it. So I'm going to add some yellow to that. And let me just have a look. I've got, well, it says olive green, but actually it's more, is it more yellow? I don't know. No. English mustard. These are all on my desk already from a previous project that we just did recently. So let's add a little bit of yellow there and do the same thing again. It's a nice yellowy brown, this colour, almost like a honey yellow. You always end up with multicoloured fingers by the time you finish these projects. And then we're just going to dip in, flip it over, and then dry it off. All right, so I'm looking at that and the tag's telling me it's screaming out for a brighter yellow. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's grab a bit more brightness. Put those away now. Let's pull that further into my desk. So and just let the ink, that's more like it. That's more like it. All right, let's get that dry. All right, so you can't control where these colours are going to go. You can't control how they're going to react. It literally is surrendering to the chaos and just allowing the tag to do what it wants to do. But also using your instincts as well. So I'm going to take a little bit of this vintage photo and smoosh that because I want to break up this kind of area here. And I think having a little bit of darkness in there would probably work out pretty well. So again, pull that out and then just dip in. Yeah, lovely. Let's get it dried off really quick. Remember, it's all about simple layers. You can always add, but you can't take away. So next thing, I think I'm going to add some black splatters just to kind of break up that pattern in the background. So I've got some water, bit of black gesso. Let's just mix that up a little bit, and then we can just add a few of those. All right, and again, don't overthink it, don't overdo it. Just start subtle, and like I've said loads of times, you can always add, but it's more difficult to take away. All right, let's give that a quick clean up before I get the heat gun on it. Alright, I'm happy with the way that's starting to look. So next, I'm going to grab a pen and I'm going to add just some basic mark making. I'm going to do some scribbly lines. Just to kind of break it up. And then I'm going to add a little bit of illegible writing, and I'm going to write just something like start anywhere, and then down here I'm going to write don't overthink it. So we've got a little bit of writing in that background already. So let's start adding just a few more layers. So we've now got the inks, we've got that black splatters, and we've got a little bit of illegible writing. So now let's just use one of those specimen book frames that I had lying around, and we'll get that stuck down onto that. And I've got a Tim Holtz paper doll that I'd got out to stick down, and there was no die cut in its feet. There's supposed to be a hole cut in there, but hey ho. And that's just the right size, I think. So let's just position that about there. So we're about right for the size of that specimen file. And this is what I mean about just add simple layers to things. So we said about here, didn't we? You can maybe come down a little. That'll do. And I'm using spirit glue, so it doesn't matter if I squidge it out anywhere, because it's not going to affect the colours underneath, because they're water based, whereas the spirit glue is alcohol based, and never the twain shall meet. And then let's get some glue on the back of this paper doll. I've obviously tried to use this one in the past because it's got glue residue on the back, and I've decided against it. So we may as well use him up today. Right. A little bit of a push down. So while that's kind of drying, we'll just finish off with a little bit of washi tape. So I've got this kind of like brick pattern washi tape, which has been sitting on my desk for ages. I've just not been able to, I haven't been bothered enough to put it away. There we go. That's it. So let's just take a little bit and put that down here. Just because, and then we'll add another bit up here, just for balance. And then one more little piece. Let's just see if we can tuck it under his feet a little bit. There we go, before the glue sets. Just to kind of ground him. And I think, looking at the tag now, I think I'm actually happy just to leave that as it is. It's, like I said, basic layers. There's no need to overthink it. Just do what you think the tag needs at that time. So let's just flip that back over again. And what did I do with that pen? I did put it away somewhere, didn't I? There we go. So we're going to write initiate, which is the theme for this month. So it's getting started, it's beginning. And then we'll put January, and it is the 25th today, 2026. There we go. So there's my first tag in the 12 tags of 2026 series. I'll just add it into my tag journal. And we're done and dusted. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me create this intuitive art tag for January. If you have, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget, you can also share the video with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again very, very soon. And don't forget as well, if you're one of my club members, that there is a video over there waiting for you to showing you how I created the front cover of this year's tag journal. So that's all from me for now. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.